Hello, Kenneth Hollins here with hollinsmusic.com. Listen, what I have for you today is something that I call warfare chords. And so I'm going to show you some chords that you can play that would be appropriate for different places in church services, sometimes when people are praying or prophetic moments. And these chords could help with that. And so I'm going to show you these chords. This is something that's becoming more common in different churches, this sound. And so I want to show you some things that you can do if you want to do it as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do first is show you the chords that I'm going to be using, which are basically three chords. It's going to be F minor, E flat major, D flat major, back to E flat major, and then finally back to F minor. So that's all that I'm using, just those three chords. And what I'm going to do is show you how you can take those three chords and really expand it. You can do so much with it, and I'll break it down so that you can learn it as well. Okay? All right, here we go. Okay. All right. Now, so let me break this down for you. So basically, it's really just three chords. It's the F minor chord, the E flat major chord, and the D flat major chord. Okay. So what did I do to try to make it bigger and to expand it? So basically, this is F minor. This is the voicing that I'm using. F and C with the left hand, which is a fifth, and then A flat, C, and F with the right hand. And then we went here. All right, this is E flat major, and I'm still holding that F on the top. And I will say this, a lot of times when you're playing music like this, it really does help to have a nice sound. What I like to use myself personally is I like to use a nice piano sound layered with possibly an electric piano and a pad and a string. That's what I like to do, and just adjust the levels of the different layers to get the type of sound that I want. So if you can hear the patch that I'm using, it's a pad in there. There's some light strings in there, and it really does add to the feel of what you're doing. It really does make a difference in how it helps to set the mood when strings and pads and things in your sound. If your keyboard has that capability, I would encourage you to explore that. If you don't already do that, explore it. Try different things with different sounds, because you can play certain chords and you'll get a certain effect. But then when you put the right layers and the right sounds together, it'll take those chords and take it to a whole new level. So sounds really do matter. Okay, so again, I started with the F minor, and then we go to the E flat major with F on the top, and then D flat major. Okay, so what I'm doing right here is a fifth with the left hand, D flat and A flat. The right hand is F, A flat, and F. And then we go back to the E flat major, same voicing, then back to the F minor. Now that's something that you can just keep working at. Playing arpeggios. And arpeggio is just when you play the notes of the chord one note at a time instead of playing them all at the same time. So this would be like block style. Okay, this would be arpeggio. Same chords, I'm just playing them one at a time to a particular type of rhythm. Okay, so that's one thing that you could do. Now another thing that I did was I played what's called a pedal point. And a pedal point is when you play your chords and your bass note does not change. So what I'm going to do is play F minor again, E flat major again, D flat major, E flat, back to F minor, but I'm going to stay on the F the whole time. So this is what it sounds like. E flat major, D flat major, back to the E flat. And every once in a while I would do this just to make it dramatic, to the 5-1 or C F. And sometimes that's what you want, to try to make it dramatic sounding. Now, I also did this. Starting off, I started with an F minor 11 chord. Now, if you're interested, that is F, E flat. Right hand is A flat, B flat, C, E flat, and G. And then we went here. Now, another thing that I like to do when I'm playing major chords, in particular this E flat major and this D flat major, I will include a 2 in the chord. So it'll be major add 2. So E flat major add 2 would be this with the F in there. Okay, how do you find the 2? An easy way is to, wherever your root is, just go up a whole step, 1, 2, or the second note of that particular major scale. So this would be E flat major add 2, E flat, F, G, B flat. Okay, then we go to D flat. This would be D flat major to find the 2. Go up a whole step from D flat, which is the root, and then that's the 2. Okay, so the reason I'm showing you that is because now I use this as my palette. So I have E flat, F, G, B flat. Now these are the colors that I can paint with. Okay, if I was painting a picture. So I'm going to take this chord and try to create a picture. Okay, let's see what we can come up with. These notes, E flat, F, G, B flat. Okay, so you can do some really nice things with just taking the major chord and putting a 2 with it. All right, let's try it now on the D flat major with the added 2 over that F. All right, let's see if we can come up with some nice colors. Okay, so I'm just showing you some things. I'm just sitting on that chord just so you can see the different things that I can do using those colors of the major chord with the added 2. Now, when we put it all together, it can be a really, really creative thing that can have highs and lows, sometimes really dramatic. Sometimes you can get real soft and be real sweet and expressive. For example, I could start off like this. And then at some point in, maybe I can just break it down. And sometimes that's perfect. Just being sensitive to what's happening in the service, and you just try to play in such a way to where it really supports what's going on. One thing that I try to do is when I'm playing for a church service, I try to find a song or a progression or some chords that match what's happening in the actual service. And not only do I try to find a song or chords or a progression that match what's happening in the service, but even with what I play, I try to play it in a way that is actually matching what's happening right in the moment. So the music is mirroring what's happening. If somebody's up and they're singing, I try to match them. I try to go with them. If they're being intense, I try to be intense. If they bring it down, I bring it down. If somebody's praying and they're praying real soft, I may play real soft. If they start getting a little bit more intense with how they're praying, I will play more intense. So what it's doing is it is supporting what's happening, and it's complementing what's taking place. So you always want to be really, really sensitive to what's happening in the service. I really wasn't planning on saying all of this, but I think it's real important when you're playing for a church. It's not just let me play the song, but you have to play the song, play whatever it is that you're playing, and then be sensitive to what's happening so you can add to what's going on, and you can be supportive and not a distraction. It's so important. Okay, so again, I call these warfare chords. You can do a lot with them. Okay, so I'm going to play it one more time, and then it's your turn. Okay, all right, here we go. Build it back up a little bit. All right, that's it. So it's just 3 chords, but you can have a lot of fun with it, and it really, really can be really powerful and really effective when you use it the right way. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed that. Always remember, you can go to my website, hollinsmusic.com. I encourage you, go to my website and subscribe for free. If you have not already done that, subscribe, and that way I can send you lessons directly to your email, things that I don't post on YouTube. It's only exclusive for the subscribers. And then also, if you like this and enjoyed it, please take a moment and like this channel and give it a thumbs up and hit the notification bell. That really does help the channel. If you would do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And lastly, thank you for taking the time and watching this. I really, really do appreciate you. Always remember, HMPI, we're serving gospel musicians all over the world.